capital as after that protest march that was started from Ladakh to the national capital. Sonam Wangchuk, who was leading that march, he has now been detained by the Delhi police. He's currently at the Bhavana police station. The apex body Leh and KDA, remember, had called for a complete Bandh in Ladakh following the Delhi police's action against the Padyatra. And we're also learning how the Kargil Democratic Alliance has called for complete shutdown in Ladakh against the detention of its leaders and volunteers in the national capital. A famous innovator and climate activist Sonam Wangchuk is leading the foot march from Leh to Delhi to resume the stalled dialogue with the leadership of Ladakh on their 4-point agenda that demands special status under the 6th schedule. They have been demanding statehood, inclusion of Ladakh under the 6th schedule of the constitution, which is the protection of tribal areas, also for job reservations for locals in 2 Lok Sabha and 1 Rajya Sabha MP. Now remember, this particular protest march, the Padyatra really that started from Ladakh to the national capital, that's when in Delhi, while the people were at the border, around 120 people, and that included the Ladakhi climate activist Sonam Wangchuk, they were detained by the Delhi police. This was just on their arrival at the city's border while participating in the Delhi Chalo Padyatra. The marchers, in fact, have been organized by the Leh apex body and the Kargil Democratic Alliance, or the KDA. They had been protesting for the inclusion of Ladakh under the 6th schedule of the constitution. Remember, the 6th schedule of the constitution grants special protection for tribal regions. And despite the protesters' attempts to stay overnight at the border of the national capital, they were detained by the police and taken to the police station in Bhavana and other nearby stations. We are learning that Sonam Wangchuk has been taken to Bhavana. There have been others who've been taken to the Alipur police station, another nearby station. In fact, we also have been told that a Delhi police officer confirmed these detentions. They also spoke about how there are prohibitory orders that have been in place in Delhi, and protesters were in fact asked to return. When they refused to comply is when the detention of about 120 men, that included Sonam Wangchuk, really happened at the Delhi border. We are in fact also playing out the visuals from last night, from when this altercation between the police and the protesters really took place, after which Sonam Wangchuk was detained by the Delhi police and he was taken to the Bhavana police station. Now, just before being detained, Wangchuk in fact put out a post on social media. He shared these visuals from the Delhi border, and in a video on social media, Wangchuk also could be seen interacting with the police officers. This is what we are playing out for our viewers. They are in fact discussing the situation where the police had in fact implored upon the protesters to return. However, they chose to hold their ground. In fact, that post that I was talking about read, and I'm quoting from that post: "As we are approaching Delhi, it appears we are not being escorted, we are being detained." And that was something that Sonam Wangchuk had put out. He further described the heavy police deployment, stating that around 1,000 police personnel have been deployed at the Delhi border. He also said that he had received reports of security forces being stationed at Ladakh Bhavan in Delhi as well, and the areas where Ladakhi students live. So that is the update that Sonam Wangchuk had in fact put out through his social media. He also went on to emphasize that the authorities do not want them to follow the rules of in fact, allow the Padyatra to really take place, hinting at the heightened security measures around their peaceful protest. My colleague Arunima is joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Arunima, the detention that took place last night, now we are learning Sonam Wangchuk is at the Bhavana police station. He in fact had put out a very emotive post and also in fact shared these visuals that we are putting out for our viewers on his live feed on his social media.
He has put out this post on his social media, and he says that it's not just about him. There are various elderly people, retired people from the army who are traveling, with him on this Padyatra. They started off on the 1st of September. Their aim was to reach Rajghat, Bapu's, Samadhi Sthal on the 2nd of October. That's an important date for all the Gandhians. And what Sonam Wangchuk is putting out on his social media post is that all these elderlies all these retired, defense personnel. They have been detained at Bhavana. And currently, I am coming to you from central Delhi, and there's a lot of police bandobast here also because, BNS 163 has been imposed. The policemen on duty are enforcing it, saying that you cannot allow a crowd to, accumulate anywhere. So there's high security bandobast everywhere in Delhi, and that's the reason that has been given to detain Sonam Wangchuk and everybody who accompanied him from Ladakh as well. That there is a specific situation here, and therefore they cannot, it's a group of more than 100 people, so they cannot be allowed to move further. But politically speaking, this decision of the Delhi police is coming in for sharp attack. Rahul Gandhi himself has questioned as to why would you want to stop peaceful Gandhians who are wanting, better life for Ladakhis. Their demands include 6th schedule protection, which means that, because there are tribals, there should be protection for them in government jobs and other avenues. They have also the demand for statehood. So Rahul Gandhi has spoken up on this matter. Saurabh Bhardwaj and the Aam Aadmi Party leaders are also joining issues with the Congress. So clearly, politically speaking, this particular detention is leading to sharp attack on the government.
Absolutely. And this point that you're mentioning about how leaders like Rahul Gandhi, or for that matter Saurabh Bhardwaj, speaking against the detention of Sonam Wangchuk, what has been the response of the BJP government about the detention, considering Rahul Gandhi had taken up this entire cause of Sonam Wangchuk demanding a 6th schedule, as far as, inclusion of Ladakh in the 6th schedule of the constitution. He had in fact spoken right after this detention really took place late on Monday night.
Yes, and the timing of it is also very significant. What is the demand that Sonam Wangchuk and the others who are, walking with him, what is the demand? They're demanding 6th schedule protection. They're talking about statehood. And how was Ladakh carved out as a union territory? It was carved out after, dividing Jammu and Kashmir into Ladakh and J&K. Jammu is voting in the last phase today. The sentiments in both Jammu and in the valley is also in favor of statehood. So politically speaking, the opposition would want to utilize the sentiments in Ladakh to also try and make the same point as voters go cast their votes in Jammu and in Kashmir. So timing wise, it's very critical for government. Delhi police says that it has taken this action because it felt there could be tension here in Delhi. But questions are being asked that, Navratri is starting. There are a lot of Garba events organized everywhere. Bhandaras are being organized everywhere. Religious sentiments will get affected if you pass an order saying not more than 5 people can get together. And these are all questions that the opposition is throwing at the doorsteps of the Union Home Ministry, because Delhi police ultimately reports to the Home Minister.